A very good afternoon and welcome to Euro 2024 live on LFS for the first of our 3 games on day 2. And we start in Cologne this afternoon as Hungary take on Switzerland in Group A. After last night's dramatic opener in Munich between Germany and Scotland, Germany winning by 5-1, is a chance for one of these two teams to respond and go on 3 points and join Germany with a good early set of a win in the competition. The anthem's currently underway in the RheinEnergieStadion in Cologne. The first slice of Euro 2024 for them, in terms of Euros, all in history. The first time that this stadium will have hosted a Euros game. We'll get the team news for you in a moment. You can also look ahead to what we've got to come this afternoon as well. Spain take on Croatia from 5 and Italy against Albania from 8 o'clock. Of course, the reigning champions, Italy, in action later this evening. They're both Group B games later this afternoon. So far in Group A, there's only one result to tell you about from the Euros so far. As you can see in the top left corner of your screen, Germany topping Group A at the moment with 3 points. Scotland bottom of the group, of course, having lost their first game last night. Those tables will swip and swap throughout the next few weeks, and we'll be watching each and every second of it here on LFS. Of course, all the best thirds as well we'll be keeping an eye on. To the teams now. Here are the teams. Peter Gulácsi starts in goal for Hungary. They start with a back 5 of Attila Fiola, Adam Lang, Willi Orban, Attila Szalai and Milos Kerkez in a defensive 5. Adam Nagy and Andras Schaffer are in midfield, and in a more attacking role we have Dominik Szoboszlai, who becomes the youngest player to captain a side in the Euros competition at 23 years of age. Dominik Szoboszlai alongside Roland Solai and Barnabas Varga leading the line for Hungary. Of course, a very strong bench as well for the Hungarians, as well as, you know, 15 players on the bench. Crazy to say. 15 players on the bench there for Hungary. You can read through those names for Marco Rossi's side. For Murat Yakin's side in Switzerland, Jan Sommer starts in goal for the visitors. Sylvain Widmer, Fabian Schär, Manuel Akanji, Ricardo Rodriguez and Dan Ndoye all make up the back 5 for the Swiss. Granit Xhaka captains the side in midfield alongside Remo Freuler, and an attacking 3 of Michel Eibischer, Ruben Vargas and Kwadwo Dua. The interesting news for Switzerland is that Xherdan Shaqiri is on the bench alongside other players including Zeki Amdouni, Brelin Bolo and a quite number of others. Only 13 players on the Switzerland bench this afternoon, which is less than, of course, is allowed at this stage of the competition. Both going for back 5s, which is an interesting scenario. Both kind of a back 3 in possession. We'll see how that plays out throughout the afternoon and what these two teams will be matching up. Very little to separate them, really. Hungary had an awful Euro 2020, an awful group in Euro 2020. Switzerland ended up having a great Euro 2020, putting out France, the then world champions. Both will be hoping that this campaign is quite lucrative once again. Switzerland, the away side today, but they're playing in red. Hungary opting to go for their white, all-white kit. So Hungary in all white, Switzerland in all red. And we're almost ready to go for our second game of Euro 2024 and our first of 3 this afternoon. Almost had a false start there as we get underway at the RheinEnergieStadion in Cologne, in Germany, of course, for another huge game in the group stages. Group A already had a bit of action, as I mentioned last night in the opener, between Germany and Scotland. And the big point is that these two sides may be coming into the competition, them and Scotland battling it out for those other places, and whether or not they can even get a best third. A best third would be a huge achievement because of how tough this group could be, or how close this group could be, with the other 3 teams other than Germany battling for that other place, or even other 2 places in case, obviously. And we'll be keeping an eye on that. And big points in the early stages. You know, getting off to a really confident start and getting an early result is exactly what you want. It's exactly what Germany wanted, and is exactly what they got last night against a pretty hopeless Scotland side. Ended up 5-1 defeat for them. They were down to 10 for a whole half of football, Scotland, so give them that. As Hungary have an early free kick here just inside the Swiss half. It's taken short as it's Soboslai lifts it into the box, headed across, and there was a flick on there in the box, but easily caught by Jan Sommer. It was Attila Szalai that was throwing himself at that one, but couldn't get much of a connection on it, and it went straight into the hands of Jan Sommer, who gathers for Switzerland. A couple of Premier League players involved today, of course. Fabian Schär, Newcastle, Manuel Akanji of Manchester City, and Dominic Soboslai of Liverpool, of course. But Switzerland come forward here, trying to play it through the lines to get the break of the ball, and the shot goes pinging off a defender. Might be an offside there in any case against Michael Eibischer. Just see it here, really good play. I think it was, trying to see who that was, I think it was Ndoye, won the ball down the left hand side and then found the space. And is Michael Eibischer just a bit offside there. Did get the break of the ball, but just couldn't hold his run an extra second, otherwise he would have been in. And it would have been a good opportunity for Switzerland there. As Adam Lang will take this throw in for Hungary on the right hand side. Chested by Soboslai. Lang, down the line it goes. And Dominic Soboslai, as I mentioned in the build-up, becomes the youngest player to captain a side at the Euros at 23. Born in October 2000. The Liverpool midfielder has already scored 12 goals for Hungary in 42 previous appearances. Struggling with early possession there, Hungary, but well won. Now down the right it comes, but try to square it across. There did Fiolani. Ended up giving it away, and now Switzerland will get the throw in there. Good challenge by Manuel Akanji. As Eibischer will take this throw on the left hand side for the Swiss. Throw in goes down the line. Stretching for it there was Dua. All the way it comes back. Here comes Vargas to pick it up. Trying to carry it forward. Down the right hand side, and he breaks past a couple. And now they've got an overload here, Switzerland. And the ball into the box is not a great delivery. Weidmer did make the run, but just couldn't find that pass. And it's a good opportunity. And now there's going to be a yellow card out here, because Sylvain Weidmer, probably from the frustration of not getting the ball, comes sliding in on Milos Kerkez, and a really bad challenge that. Straight onto the left boot of Kerkez, and it's a definite yellow card. No doubt about it, but You certainly do not want to find yourself on a booking this early on in a game. That's where Sylvain Weidmer finds himself now. Galassi. A very experienced goalkeeper, Peter Galassi. 34. 54 appearances for his country. This is his 55th. Certainly a very experienced goalkeeper. Here's Ricardo Rodriguez. Switzerland certainly having the early possession in the game. We're just really not keeping the ball quite enough. Switzerland are finding the gaps. Just keep moving the ball about as Vargas was trying to find Akanji there. Goes all the way back to Jan Sommer. Now Akanji will be a real leader at the back. Manuel Akanji, of course, one of Pep Guardiola's favourites at centre-back this season. Akanji. Long ball by Cher. He's another stalwart at centre-back in his club in Newcastle. Fabian Cher. That long ball by Cher goes straight out of play for a Hungary throw, which Lang will take on the right-hand side. Long throw down the line. Flicked on. Couldn't find Varga there, and Rodriguez covering over. Puts it out for another Hungary throw-in. Here's Schaefer. Down the left-hand side it comes now. Kerkez looking for a ball into the box, but pretty easily cleared by Cher there. It's better from Hungary. Getting the ball up the pitch. But they give it away pretty cheaply there. It's a really bad touch by Attila Szalai. Goes out of play for a throw-in. Quite a lot of throw-ins early doors here. Not much kind of cohesion in the play. Just trying to feel each other out, these two sides early doors. Rodriguez. Back to Cher and back to Sommer now. Finds Fabian Cher. He's pressed upon high there by Dominik Szoboszlai. Goes out for a Switzerland throw-in though in the end, but it's nice pressing by the Hungarian captain. Throw in on the right hand side. Weidmer to take. Receives the ball back. Hoofs it up the pitch. Nicely won at the back there by Orban. Again, his header. Not finding one of his teammates. Not sustaining the possession at the moment, and Switzerland have the ball back with Manuel Akanji now. Out to Rodriguez. Down the left hand side it comes. Again. Break down pretty easily. Broke down there, and that was Attila Fiola that time. Stopping Ruben Vargas in his tracks and putting it out for the Hungary throw. Well, this is Hungary's 5th Euros appearance. They went 44 years without qualifying between 1972 and 2016. And that's now their 3rd tournament in a row after 2016, 2020, and now, of course, this edition. Nice touch. Schaefer did find the ball forward. And now the run is on. A break down the right-hand side here for Fiola. He's got bodies running forward, and Varga with a shot to the bar. Good opportunity. Nice break by Hungary initially. It was Szalai that found the ball. Really nice ball into space, and Fiola just broke free down the right hand side, and He had the bodies with him. And then coming in was Roland Shalai on the recovery. It's one of those ones where he just caught it at the wrong time, just as it was bouncing up and was flying over the bar. Decent opportunity though. Probably the first real sight of goal for Hungary so far in the game. So they win another header. Brought down nicely by Varga this time. Comes all the way back though to Shalai. Orban to Lang. Back to Willie Orban. Across to Attila Shalai. Back to Gulashi. We'll go long this time, out to the left hand side. Try and find a header. He did find the head of Kerkez, but couldn't keep the ball. And headed straight back to Granit Xhaka's feet for Switzerland. 10.5 minutes gone. So far, Hungary have had the only shot of the game. Switzerland with the early possession, but Hungary having the first shot of the game. We'll see if this will open the game up a bit more. Here's Rodriguez. Does well to evade the press there from Salai. Back to Akanji. Trying to feed it through. Akanji, it comes again, and we'll give it straight back to Granit Xhaka to Manuel Akanji. Looking for his runners, but couldn't find a pass. Rodriguez. Back to Akanji again. Very patient in possession, Switzerland. Across to Scher. Scher looking for the wide runner. Taken in nicely by Weidmer. And Doi. Xhaka. Akanji. You can see Hungary 5-3-2. That's a nice ball in behind. The shot, the goal. But the flag is up against Dua. Nice move, patient play from Switzerland, and one ball in behind. We saw Dua make the run earlier in the game. He makes another run, but again, that strong, very narrow backline. I think he might be onside here. I think that will be overturned. The flag went up straight away. But VAR are going to have their say. They had a lot of say last night on a couple of decisions, and I think this might get overturned. I think this will be a goal. From what I can see, it looks pretty definitive. There was he was onside there, and we'll waiting on the referee. Hearing from the VAR room, Slavko Vincic, the Slovenian referee, and the decision is a goal. And they can run and celebrate, Switzerland, because they've broken the deadlock. Their first opportunity of the game. And their main striker, Dua, making the run in behind. Really patient build-up play. And it's just one ball in behind. Beautifully weighted by Eibischer. And Dua making the run in behind. And just slotting it through the legs of Peter Gulashi. And into the back of the Hungarian net. To give Switzerland an early lead. Really nice finish with a right boot. And it's that composure in front of goal to make that run in behind and see the goal at your mercy. And just have the composure to slot it past a very experienced goalkeeper. And just as I had that feeling, just seeing the replay, it looked like the offside was the wrong decision. And it was the wrong decision. Switzerland take an early lead. Probably having had no real opportunities at goal up to that point. Similar to Germany last night. Germany hadn't had a shot in the game. And their first shot of the game ended up in the back of the net. And the exact same things happened here. That's a really efficient VAR decision. We've had a lot of VAR intervention, and they've all probably got the right decision on all the cases so far. but they've all been very efficient, very timely. No long delays, 2-3 minute delays, waiting for decisions. It's definitive, it's pretty quick, and we get the game going again with a clear decision. Although there is a stoppage at the moment. Roland Solai has just gone down here. It was a bit of a collision a moment or two ago, so he's receiving treatment at the moment, which allows to really examine this offside again. Really nice patient play. Akanji waited for his option, found Ibisher in space, and he's miles onside here. Cadwo do it really strong. And it's pretty poor defending from Hungary. I said how their back line was so kind of in sync, but certainly not on that occasion. The back five were not kind of in line with each other, and that's criminal at this level. If you're going to play a high line and try and play the offside trap, you need to at least try and make it a bit hard for the opposition. That was really easy for Dua there. He didn't have to hold his run at all. And here they come again. Dua misplaced the pass. Kerkez intercepting. Knocks it long. Salah will chase, but Kanji should have this one covered. And does well. Feeds it round to Ricardo Rodriguez now. As Hungary at the moment are playing with 10. Roland Salah not back onto the pitch just yet. Still recovering from that treatment as the ball in behind from Xhaka. Oh, Ruben Vargas had made the run, and Dua was there as well, threatening, and they had to clear it behind there, Hungary. Last ditch. But it's in that those runs in behind are really causing Hungary some problems here at this moment in time. And there will be a corner for the Swiss side. If I'm not mistaken, that's the first corner of the afternoon. And it will be Rodriguez that will take for Switzerland. Salah is back on the pitch, so it's 11v11 again. And they're probably going to need the height here, Hungary, to defend this set piece. Left-footed delivery into the box it comes. A confident header, and easily cleared there by Barnabas Varga. He's getting back, the centre forward, getting back to help his side defensively. We'll be hoping he can help them further up the pitch this afternoon. Barnabas Varga. Of course, already scored 6 goals for his international side in 11 previous appearances. Barnabas Varga. Here's Fabian Schär. Well, the man to talk about at the moment is Dua. That's his first goal for his international side. Only his second appearance for the Swiss. The Ludogorets Razgrad player, 27 years of age, and it's only his second appearance in international football. And what a way to open your account for your country in the European or the Euros finals. A lot of late challenges flying in. Very physical game so far. Quite stop-start in moments. 18 minutes gone. Hungary 0, Switzerland 1. Cadwo do it with the goal. Hungary try and come forward down the left-hand side. Kerkez looking for the deep run. Soberslai did make the run, but Jan Sommer had the marking of him and easily caught the ball, and now gets his side coming forward through Xhaka. Now Ndoye. To Weidmer. Right, Xhaka. Sprays it out to Rodriguez on the left hand side now. Wide to Abisher. Now back to Ruben Vargas. Back to Manuel Akanji. Seem pretty comfortable at the moment, Switzerland. just extended their possession case. 58% of the ball so far in this one. It's a nice turn by Abisher. Couldn't find the pass though, but telegraphed there, although poor defending, and it's broken free. Oh, and Peter Gulashi, I think, had a touch on that, but Ruben Vargas had a golden opportunity to double the Swiss lead. Terrible defending. Just that poor pass initially by Ibisher there. A really poor pass, and then Ruben Vargas just bodies Attila Shalai out of the way. Terrible defending. Far too easy. And Ruben Vargas has a golden opportunity one-on-one with Peter Gulashi, and Gulashi does well to make himself big. It's not the best of finishes by Ruben Vargas, and it goes wide for the corner of the Hungarian keeper. Hungary on the ropes at the moment. 20 minutes gone. 0-1. Switzerland with their second corner of the game. So we're ready to take that there. The referee's just stopped it for a moment. A bit of pushing and shoving in the box. So the referee's just going to sort that one out before we do see this corner. Ruben Vargas, who won the corner, is going to take the corner. It's Dua that's involved, the goal scorer, in the battling in the box with Willie Orban. Both pushing and shoving there. Ruben Vargas to take the corner, right-footed, whipped it to the back post. Gulashi got a touch to it, parries it wide, kept alive by Frohler. Frohler round the corner, finds Akanji in the box. Akanji holding off his man, sprays it back. It's Granit Xhaka as they look to keep it up the pitch, and that's a nice chance. Shot blocked. That was Toya, I think, that time. Again, really nice football by Switzerland. They seem really comfortable in the way that they know how to move the ball in and around the Hungarian players. They seem very kind of strong, Hungary out of possession, but at the moment Switzerland are finding those little spaces, and they're really comfortable in their passing, and they know that if a pass goes wrong, they're comfortable and confident enough to chase the ball back and win it back. Here's Ndoya right on the right hand side. Frohler linking up with Vedmer. Back to Xhaka. Frohler again. Back to Fabian Schär. Halfway through the first half. And it's the Swiss side that have the lead. A narrow lead on the scoreline, but they're dominating at the moment. Here's Ruben Vargas. On that left hand side. Frohler. Now Ibischer. Back it comes to Akanji though. Patience from Switzerland again. That's how they scored their goal. They were patient. They were not rushing their passes. They knew what they needed to do and were patient with it. Just took their time. Didn't rush things. And so far, since that shot from Hungary earlier in the game, they've really struggled to get anywhere in and around the 18-yard box of Switzerland at all. The last kind of threat that I remember Hungary having was the cross that was deemed for Soboslai, but Jan Sommer came in, and grabbed it pretty comfortably. It's the last kind of threat that I remember from Hungary. I think they need to try and test Jan Sommer a bit more. They need to get into the final third to start off with. That earlier challenge between Salai and Rodriguez there that had Salai receiving treatment. He is okay, by the way, Roland Salai. Lang to take the throw in for Hungary. Thrown long, looking for Varga, but over the head of the centre forward. Switzerland try and respond, push it up the pitch, but again intercepted. Bit of head tennis at the moment. As Willie Orban heads it down, brought down now by Kerkez. Back to Willie Orban. Sprays it out to the left hand side. Soboslai does keep it in. Heads it back to Salah. Nice Soboslai under pressure. Does get the pass off. Salah with a hoofed ball up. But easily, comfortably dealt with by Rodriguez, who passes it back to Sommer. Comfortable. Granit Xhaka. Nice spray of the ball. Finds Fabian Schär. Pipping it forward. Finds Freuler. Flicks it on to Widmer. Fabian Schär with a long one, but straight into the hands of Peter Galassi. He was trying to target the run of Ruben Vargas, but not the most accurate of passes. Ends up in the hands of the opposition keeper. And talk about their previous results in Euros. Well, Hungary really had a pretty poor Euros last time out. Finished 4th in their group, in Group F. It was the group of death. France, Germany and Portugal in that group that time round. They did draw against France and Germany in the group, but they lost 3-0 to Portugal, who were the holders at the time in their opening fixture of Euro 2020, which saw them finish bottom. So this certainly Euro 2020 was one to forget for Hungary, but we're hoping they can bounce back and they could have a realistic possibility of getting out of this group. But it's all about performances and getting those results. And this would be the type of game where they would want to get 3 points to try and help them on that cause. Vargas round the corner, but at the moment Switzerland looks so good on the ball. Every time Hungary battle and win the ball, they're losing it right away because the press from Switzerland is fantastic. And it kind of frustrates Hungary into doing things like this. Late lunges to try and win the ball back. It was Schaefer that time. They made the late lunge. And he's just going to have a talk. The referee's just going to have a talk with him. Andras Schaefer was chasing Ruben Vargas, but was nowhere near the ball. But it's consistent from what we've seen in the early 27 minutes or so. Switzerland comfortable on the ball, but if they lose it and Hungary win it back, they're instantly on the press, Switzerland. And that counter press of wanting to win it back within a couple of seconds. And then it's kind of frustrating Hungary in the fact that they can't keep the ball. They're going for late lunges and Switzerland are winning free kicks. So everything at the moment, from the way that Switzerland are playing, is playing into their hands at this moment in time. Bit of an issue with the ball. I feel there. There we go. Not often you see that, but there we are. Swapping of the football. Must be an issue with that other ball. There we are. Akanji. Sommer. Nice work through the lines, but Xhaka's ball couldn't find do it. Again, the long ball from Hungary, but again, it's a collision off the ball. Hungary a bit frustrated the fact they couldn't get a free kick out of that from Roland Solai, but the referee letting it go as Akanji steps forward into space. And now they get a brick of the ball there. One for do it a chase, but well dealt with by Adam Lang, who could have been under a lot of pressure there. But again, every time Hungary try and play out, there's a couple of Switzerland players in the way. And here they come again. Fabian Schär this time. Crown for handball there, had the shot off a hand of a Hungary defender. He claimed. Referee says no. Switzerland again have it instantly back. I mean, it's one-way traffic at the moment. They need to really switch something up here, Hungary, because it's not working. Akanji. Rodriguez. Back it comes to Manuel Akanji. Through the lines. Bit of a heavy ball that. It's nicely recovered by Salah. And now he can get them forward. That long ball out to the right hand side. One for Roland Solai to chase now, and Xhaka was battling. Xhaka had the last touch. Hungary will get the throw. Really nice work there from Hungary. The first real interchange in possession. Just saw the claim there from Fabian Schär of a handball. It was not a handball. It's off the chest of the Hungarian defender. Adam Lang to take this throw in then. Be a long throw into the box. Deep in it comes. And Switzerland looking to just head it anywhere. And it goes out for a Hungary corner. 30 minutes gone. Hungary 0, Switzerland 1. But Hungary, their first corner of the game. And their captain, Dominik Szoboszlai, will be coming over to take it. He's got the short option there. As long as the deep cross. 5 bodies at the back post for Hungary. Can Szoboszlai find one of them? Right footed delivery, very deep. Looped into the box, very high, but too high for anyone to get a clean connection on. And Switzerland can break out, and they'll get a free kick because there's another player down there. Another collision. It was Ndoye that was brought down. There we are. Again, a bit of promise and play from Hungary. They got them up the pitch, got them that corner, but not the best of deliveries. Again, let them down and got Switzerland off the hook. Here's Granit Xhaka. To spread out wide, but not on the same page as Rodriguez. The poor ball there from Fiola. Allowed Switzerland to get the ball back, but Rodriguez come flying in. A late challenge there on Dominik Szoboszlai. It will be a Hungary free kick. Of which Szoboszlai will take. Very high line here from Switzerland, about 25 yards from goal. That line. Szoboszlai trying to find his target, hoping for a better delivery on this set piece. Some distance if they do get anywhere near it here. Any of his teammates. There'll be some distance from goal. Referee sorting out a few physical scuffles once again. Szoboszlai with a deep one round the corner. Some swing on that. Found at the byline. Deep cross comes in, back post. Jan Sommer had it covered though. There's a run, I think it was Adam Lang that made the run to the back post. But Jan Sommer again commanding in his own box and gathered it pretty comfortably. And the initial delivery from Dominik Szoboszlai very deep. I mean, it's probably the only thing he could have done from that position. They were so far out, they wouldn't have got a header on goal. 25 yards from goal. Some distance from a set piece such as that. Switzerland get the throw in on the right hand side of Attila Szalai. Rodriguez involved both in defence and in attack at the moment. The Switzerland defender. Akanji. All the outfield players in the Hungarian half. Schär. Back to Akanji. Back to Fabian Schär. Xhaka. Nice play in between the lines. Fröhler feeds it forward out on the right hand side. And Ndoye with a cross. And Duya was in the middle but cleared away by Willi Orban. But again, the clearance pretty hopeless and straight back to Switzerland. No out ball from those occasions. They're just clearing it as far away as they can, Hungary. On those occasions, there's a optimistic ball in behind. Szalai has to deal with it. Does clear it out for the Switzerland throw. And talked about Hungary's performance at Euro 2020. Switzerland produced their best performance at Euro 2020, progressed in third place from Group A, having finished level on points with Wales on 4 points, 5 behind Italy. They stunned world champions France in the round of 16, of course, winning on penalties, obviously. But they did end up leaving the competition, losing 3-1 on spot kicks against Spain in the quarter-finals, after a 1-1 draw in normal time. Switzerland seemed the more comfortable of the two teams so far. I've said it from the early moments. Before they even scored their goal, they looked the more comfortable on the ball. Their passes were cleaner, they were sharper. Hungary just really struggling to string more than 2 or 3 passes together at a time. Intense press from Switzerland looks so good as the deep throw-in comes in. Headed away there by, I think it was Orban. Switzerland dominant in the half. 10 minutes to go of the first half, and the real talk for Hungary, really hoping and will be working that this doesn't get any worse, their deficit doesn't increase, because they haven't been anywhere near the level in this first half. Hungary really struggled to create good football and play well, but Switzerland are having a lovely time of it. Here's Freuler, nice ball, and Doi out to the right hand side. He's got bodies forward here, and Doi squares it across. Vargas, bit of too many cooks there. Too many Switzerland players crowding each other out. You've won it back well though. Widmer, look at the cross, blocked by Soboslai. Headed away, back to Xhaka though, forcing Widmer a bit wide. Scher keeps it in. Now Xhaka. They're pushing for a second here, Switzerland. Xhaka chips it in behind, and Doi made the run. And Doi at the byline, skips past his man, and Doi looking for the cut back. And Willie Orban sliding in to clear it away for the throw-in. But they're hanging on here, Hungary, at the moment. Second goal only seems a matter of passes away for Switzerland, although not if they're passing like that. This wasn't a great pass, and goes straight out for a Hungary goal kick, which will give the Hungarian defenders a bit of respite at the moment. Oh, there was a call of handball there a bit earlier on, but nothing in that. Fantastic from Ndoi. The touch past Salai was perfect, and then he looked for the cutback, and Hungary got it cleared, but they were certainly pushing for that second goal, and you could find anybody. You'd be probably silly to argue they don't deserve it, because they've been the better side, most certainly, and wouldn't begrudge them a second goal. Here's Shalai. I think Hungary just need to get string a couple of passes together, get more comfortable on the ball, even if it is just passing at the back and with their keeper. At the moment, it's the midfield area they're really struggling. That's nice work though. Nice idea. The long ball in behind. Here's Kerkez looking for the cross. Cleared away by Scher that time. Nice idea, nice move by Hungary that time. They lost the ball in the middle, but ooh, that's tight for an offside there. Nagy with the ball forward to Kerkez, but Switzerland didn't deal with that well enough, but Hungary couldn't make the most of it. Here's Schaefer out to the left hand side of Kerkez. Back to Salai. Soboslai. Challenge in there. It will be a Hungary free kick. Referee pretty confident in that decision. Just see it here. Salai got the break of the ball, and it was a late challenge by Dan Ndoi. And there's a free kick to Hungary. And they've not had the best of deliveries from set pieces so far, but if there's ever a time to make one count, it's this one. Good distance away from goal, about 33 yards, very wide left. So a chance for Dominik Soboslai to whip it into the box, get it onto a head of a player. one of his teammates in there. The Switzerland defensive line on the edge of the 18-yard box, so still continuing with that high line from set pieces. Can Soboslai lift it in? Does so. Head it on! Oh, very deceiving that angle, and Jan Sommer with a simple catch, but Willie Orban got the header on it. It looked very deceiving. Soboslai, right-footed, maybe offside there. In any case, Orban. Comfortable catch from Jan Sommer. Better delivery though, but I don't think it would have mattered in any case if it had have found the back of the net, because I think it was offside. Willie Orban, so maybe that high line for Switzerland, a big benefit to defending those set pieces. Schaefer there, penalised for a little tug. A Switzerland player. This allows the Swiss to retain possession. Xhaka. Vargas back to Xhaka. Fabian Schär. Schär, knocking it long, but cleared away, dealt with by Adam Lang, and then the pull down in the middle there on Nagy. And Xhaka, the one that will be penalised this time, will be a Hungary free kick. A lot of stops and starts in this first half. Ball down the left-hand side, but nicely covered over by Akanji. Gets it back to his keeper, Sommer. He's under pressure. Hungary trying to apply a high press. Granit Xhaka back to help out, to allow Switzerland to pass out from the back as they get a nice ball forward here. Vargas, he's got options. Plays it forward, here's Dua. The goal scorer lifts it into the box, but there's no one in red anywhere near where that ball was going, and bounces out for the opposite side for a throw-in. Although it might have got a touch there from a Hungarian defender on the way through. It did, because Switzerland got the throw-in. I don't know why you're diving for that. There was no one there, but there we are. 3 minutes of the first half to go. And at the moment, Hungary are looking like they're drawing a blank from this first half. And it's not that they have deserved a goal, to be honest. They haven't. Haven't created enough. Varga does well to track back to help out. Keep the possession and keep Hungary on the ball for the moment. Nagy. Schaefer. I think the problem at the moment for Hungary, Dominik Szoboszlai's been kind of crowded out of the game. I mean, he's probably got his most touches from set pieces so far, taking the free kicks and the corners. In play, he's not been massively involved, and that's probably because he's been crowded out. He's been kind of marked out of the game so far. I think maybe if Hungary are going to get a bit of joy in this and get a goal and maybe improve their performance, they're going to need to try and get their captain on the ball a lot more. We've seen it at club level this season. He's very capable of pinging the ball about and controlling a midfield, switching the play, but we've seen it, of course, at international level. Obviously, that's why he's the captain, but so far in this game, he's not really been massively involved, Dominik Szoboszlai, and it's kind of Hungary playing with one hand behind their back, really, at this point. It's one of their strongest players, if not their strongest player, at the moment is not seeing enough of the ball. Last minute of the first half. Akanji threaded nicely through the lines, finds Xhaka. Nice run here for Mendoy, looking for the cut back, but again the cut back not accurate enough to find Dua. Back it comes, Xhaka down the right hand side of Widmer. Now Doi. But the runs in behind again, still causing Hungary a lot of problems defensively. There's another one. That time though, Vargas dispossessed, although he's won it back again. Freuler, edge of the box here. The shot comes and it's in. That's a lovely goal from Ibischer. Couldn't find a pass and thought, why not hit it? And that's exactly the reason why. Because it sneaks into the bottom right corner. And I said just a few moments ago, you cannot begrudge Switzerland the second goal, because they've definitely deserved it. It's a really nice play, but it's again those runs in behind confusing the Hungary defence. They get themselves in a muddle and they just can't recover from it. Freuler lays it off to Ibischer, and the gaping hole in the defence there, he just sees it open up and he just strikes it with his right foot. It bounces just before it goes in, which doesn't help Peter Galassi at any case at all. It's a really sweet strike by Michael Ibischer, and it just sneaks in the bottom right corner and doubles Switzerland's lead. And you cannot say they do not deserve it, because they certainly do. They've been the better side. Hungary have been pretty haphazard really in the first half. They've not laid a glove on Switzerland whatsoever, and Switzerland have practically been in cruise control this first half. We'll have 2 added minutes at the end of the 45. We've already played 1 minute of those, but I'm sure we'll go a slight bit over that, because the goal run us into extra added time a bit. But now the job even harder for Hungary now. Their deficit bigger, and they're going to have a rousing speech from their captain at half time. We've seen the clips before of the Hungary captain kind of riling his side up and energising them. At the moment they need a bit of energy, because they've looked nowhere near it, Hungary, and that's both in and out of possession. Switzerland have had far too much time on the ball. They've been comfortable in their passing, but the spaces they've been allowed in this first half is really criminal. And that is the end of the first 45. A pretty comfortable first 45 minutes for Switzerland in the end. Hungary have a lot of work to do if they're going to try and find their way back into this game. But it's Switzerland that are the better side, and the scoreline shows that. Half time in Cologne, it is Hungary 0, Switzerland 2. Welcome back to Euro 2024 live on LFS for our second game of the competition, our second game of Group A. And at the moment, Switzerland look to be joining Germany on their 3 points at the top of Group A. At the moment, Germany obviously topping the group on goal difference, but that is as it stands. Hungary going to find themselves in third at the moment of the group, obviously with 2 games to go, of course, but they can't. You can't argue with the fact that the scoreline is as it is. Switzerland have been the better team. they've looked the more comfortable of the two teams. Hungary in possession look really kind of laboured. Even their passes, I wouldn't be surprised if the majority of the passes from Hungary in that first half were either from set pieces or just long balls, because they've not really played it in between the lines. They've not got their captain involved. I mentioned it in that first half. Dominik Szoboszlai, just 23 touches in that first half for the captain. I mean, he made 94% of his passes were accurate, so when he does get on the ball, Dominik Szoboszlai, he is making an impact, but they've not got him on the ball enough. And if that type of level, with how Hungary have struggled in this game, he's still keeping those passes very accurate. He's already made one key pass in the game. He's been battling well. Dominik Szoboszlai, he's probably been their best player in that first half. It's not hard to do. The fact that, I mean, Barnabas Varga, their centre forwards, not really got into the game at all. Roland Salai's probably been mostly involved in either picking up the ball in midfield and giving it away, or winning a free kick here and there. Their midfield has been second best in this game. I mean, Schaefer and Adam Nagy really just haven't got into the Switzerland midfield at all. Milos Kerkez and Fiola have had minimal impact from wide areas, and then the centre backs at times look a bit kind of confused as to what they need to be doing at times to try and stop those runs in behind, or try and battle those runs in behind from Switzerland. They're playing a pretty well worked game, and Switzerland from that first half, I mean, as I said, they look really good on the ball. Their passes are really sharp, really crisp, really clean. They know exactly what they need to do in the right moments. They know where their next probably 2 or 3 passes are going, never mind than just the next pass. They always have a free man. They're always pressing for the ball. You know, they've always got 2 or 3 men in and around the player on the Hungary player on the ball. The rare occasion that Hungary were on the ball, Switzerland are always pressing instantly to win it back, winning free kicks. And the runners in behind, Vargas and Doye and Duya, really strong in just starting to run in behind, just testing the Hungary defence as to whether they're going to go with them or whether they're going to play the offside trap. We saw them try and play the offside trap for the first goal. It failed, Hungary. I mean, the back five were not in line whatsoever. It completely crashed down. It was pretty terrible defending, really. It was a breeze for Kadri Dua. Simple run in behind. He was flagged offside initially. VAR had a look, and it looked pretty definitive. He was well onside. He's played well onside there. Dua got his first international goal, opening his account for his country to give them the lead, and then the second goal, of course, from Michael Eibischer as well. From the wide areas, Eibischer's been getting very highly involved in the game. His first goal as well for Switzerland, the 27-year-old. But initially, it looked like he was playing as a wing-back, Eibischer. Then he's come very far infield. I mean, he got the assist for the first goal, and obviously got a goal himself. But very important, and we talk about inverted full-backs usually in a game. He's kind of inverting from wing-back position, which is very rare. Excuse me. The fact that he's initially so far wide, but drags himself into midfield to kind of help the midfield with extra bodies and create that overload in and around the edge of the box, is where Eibischer's having his most joy at this moment in time, and that's why he's doing so well at the moment, why he's got an assist and a goal in the first half. But as a team, Switzerland have looked so comfortable. I mean, as I mentioned, the runners in behind, the defence looks pretty solid. They're not rushing things. Rodriguez, Akanji and Scher look very comfortable with each other. They know exactly what they need to be doing. They're not rushing and going for long balls. They're not forcing the ball forward. If they just need to take a couple of touches, a couple of passes at the back, they will do that. They will be patient on the ball. They'll not rush it for no apparent reason to give the ball away. They'll be happy to keep the possession for longer spells and not test for quite a bit of time. I mean, that first goal really kind of is the epitome of that. They were so patient in their build-up. They waited for the right moment. They waited for the opening that they wanted, they knew was coming, and they were patient waiting for it to happen. And when it did happen, they played it really fantastically well, and a really cool finish by Dua to give them the lead. The second one, pretty similar. Nice, confident build-up play. Really poor from Hungary, really. Just giving Eibischer too much time on the ball. The fact that he's on the edge of your box and he's allowed to take a couple of touches and to set himself up for the finish it is really quite poor defensively from Hungary. I mean, to allow a player who you've already seen in the game as having an impact, to allow him that much time on the ball is criminal, really, and that goes for all over the pitch. I mean, we talk about Hungary; they had an early press or a high press early on in the game, and it looked like, oh, this is going to be what they're going to try and target. This is what they're going to try and do: press really high. But they kind of abandoned that after like 5 minutes. They didn't really press high. I mean, whether that was the fact that Switzerland were playing so well they couldn't, but at the same time they were 4 or 5 yards off their man time and time again. Switzerland just had lots of time on the ball, and at this level, if you're expecting to win games of football by giving the opposition the time of day on the ball, I mean, you're just asking for trouble at that point. And really, Hungary can't complain. At half time, they've been nowhere near the level. They've not been anywhere near threatening Switzerland in moments. Their set pieces have probably been their best opportunities, and they've been kind of half chances at best from set pieces. But Switzerland have played a perfect game, and I think it's going to take some kind of improvement for Hungary to get back into the game. It's going to take some collapse of Switzerland to really end up losing this game, but you never know. I mean, Hungary can't be any worse than what they were in that first half. Can Switzerland be any better? I don't think they can. I think they played pretty comfortably, and I think they were allowed to play pretty comfortably. So, I mean, we'll see. But at the moment, one thing I do think that if Hungary are going to get back into this game, they do need to get their captain on the ball. He's been kind of stranded on that left channel, and I mean, as I said, he's probably got his most touches from set pieces. That's been his best involvement, Dominic Szoboszlai. It's not that it's him. It's the fact that he's been isolated on that left flank, and really the ball isn't coming anywhere near him. He's having to come a bit deeper to try and get even a touch on the ball, and even at that, when he does get the touch, he's passing it off about 3 or 4 yards away from himself, and then they're leaving that gap in the left channel where there's no one making the run, there's no pass on, so they're really struggling with that option at the moment. Hungary, sorry. I think they need to probably move Szoboszlai in a more central role and give another option out wide, because at the moment playing in that left channel is not going in their favour whatsoever. The stats, by the way, for that first half, just to run you through them quickly. At the moment, at half time then, Switzerland have had 5 shots, Hungary just the 3 on target from Switzerland. Hungary just 1 shot on target. That was the header, I believe, from Willi Orban from the set piece. They've created 2 big chances in that first half, Switzerland. Hungary had 1 big chance, and that was the header from the set piece. Switzerland, of course, scoring one of the big chances, missing another. That was the Ruben Vargas one, where Peter Galassi made himself big and put it behind for the corner, but it was a really good opportunity early doors for Vargas there, and Hungary missing their only big chance of the game. In terms of accurate passing, 239 accurate passes for Switzerland, 158 for Hungary. In terms of the final third, 82% of Switzerland's passes in the final third have been accurate, 63% of Hungary's have been accurate, and they've entered the final third more times as well, Switzerland, in that first half. And I was right in what I said. The majority of 64% of long balls for Hungary in that first half, to compared to 45% for Switzerland. So you can certainly see one side as being more comfortable at passing the ball around short rather than going for the long option. But that is Hungary's idea from that first half, and it did not work. Right, so it's 2-0 at half time. We don't forget, with 2 more games to come for you this afternoon. Spain take on Croatia in Group B at 5, and Italy take on Albania. The reigning holders of the competition are in action at 8 this evening as they take on Albania in Group B. Group A looks like this at the moment, if I can get this up for you. There we go. There is Group A at the moment. Top left corner of your screen. Germany top in the group with 3 points at the moment. Their goal difference +4. Switzerland, of course, +2. They're on 3 points as it stands. Hungary in third on 0 points, obviously, -2 goal difference. And Scotland, of course, bottom of the group after their 5-1 thrashing last night. And you will keep you up to date with all of the groups, plus also the third place, the 4 best thirds. So 4 teams out of the 6 groups who finish third will be going through to the knockout stages, along with each of the 2 top teams from each group, and we'll keep you up to date with who those top 4 are. We'll update you, have the first update on that on Tuesday after all 24 teams have played. Right, second half from the RheinEnergieStadion in Cologne is on the way next. Do stay with us. Welcome back. We're almost ready for the second half to get underway in Cologne this afternoon, where Switzerland are leading by 2-0 at half-time. Don't forget you can get involved on social media as well, on X, Instagram and on TikTok. All the links and our handles are on the live video description at the moment, in the description section of the live video. So do check those out and do follow, because you'll not want to miss a single thing from Euro 2024. We'll have it all covered, over 40 games live here on LFS over the next 4 weeks or so. Just going to make a change at half-time, Hungary. I can see. I was anticipating something to happen, and they have made a substitution at half-time, and it is wrong team. Looking at the wrong substance. It's Bengadi's Bola that's come on. I don't know who for at this moment in time, but I will get that information to you as we're ready to get back on the way. And the side that leads by 2-0 will be restarting with a 2-goal advantage and in cruise control at the moment. And it's all about the next goal that is key in this game. If it goes the way of the Swiss, surely the 3 points are wrapped up. But if it goes the way of the Hungarians, you never know. We could conjure up a second half comeback here. Mentioned in the first half, they did lose their Euro 2020 opener by 3-0. That was against Portugal. And they ended up drawing their 2 following games against France and Germany in 2020. And they'll be hoping that history doesn't repeat itself, and the fact that they end up not losing this one by the same scoreline, or even losing this one at all. A draw from this position wouldn't be a bad result for Hungary, but at the end of the day, finishing in the top 2 isn't the be-all and end-all. And considering Hungary know their next opponents are the hosts, Germany, in 4 days' time, they know that it's not going to be an easy second game. If they do end up getting nothing from this, they could find themselves cast adrift by the time they do head into the final match day. Although they've broke the ball there, Switzerland, and almost finding another way through. That time it's cleared away as Soberschlei's pushed off the ball there by Scher. We'll run out of play. Just see it again. It's from a throw-in. Vargas round the corner. And again, it's another poor defensive error. I mean, Ndoye's tracking him all the way, but the fact that it's just really bad defending from Shalai. He got caught out in the first half by Ruben Vargas, being too kind of easily beaten off the ball. And they're coming forward again. Dua with the shots. And had to be parried wide by Gulaschi. Again, really confident football from the Swiss early doors. Nice movement from the left-hand side, and then the side-footed pass from Granit Xhaka right onto the left foot of Dua. He looked to try and sneak it in the bottom left corner, but Peter Gulaschi parried it wide for the corner for Switzerland. Ruben Vargas to take. Right-footed in swinger. Right into the box it comes, not dealt with initially. Still a bit of ping-pong in there as Szoboszlai does eventually clear it. But all 11 Hungary players inside their own half. There's no option up front there, but all committed back to defending that corner. Rodriguez forced out of play there by Varga. Will be a throw in. Just see it again. Szoboszlai just clearing that ball away. Tried to clear it the first time, blocked off by Xhaka and kind of hit his arm. And then he did clear it away the second time. Captain, that's a lovely overhead kick and turned into a pass. Schaefer. Nice Szoboszlai. Trying to find the ball forward, blocked off. Nagy. Back to Willy Orban. Schaefer. Better passing from Hungary. Szoboszlai under pressure again. Does well with Schaefer. Szoboszlai. Almost giving the ball away there with a poor pass, but he luckily it bounced back to him and he did get the pass off. Finding the substitute, Bola. He's come on for Adam Lang, by the way. Just to confirm that to you, as a run in behind. Kerkez had made the run, but blocked off and won back by Granit Xhaka for Switzerland. Stringing a couple of passes together here, Hungary, but here comes Rodriguez. Looking for that run on Ndoye. And Ndoye was on the chase, but Peter Gulaschi was comfortably waiting for the ball to come to him, and he caught it with relative ease in the edge of his 18-yard box. That threat is still on for Dan Ndoye. A diagonal ball out wide, and Ndoye making that run in behind. Still a threat, still an option. That's a nice ball forward. Kerkez has made the run. Kerkez cuts it back. Szoboszlai on the edge of the box, and he's fluffed his lines there. I think he'll get a corner out of it. Maybe there's an offside, actually. Yeah, it was offside. Kerkez there, just making the run a slight second early. Nice idea, but just run offside, and then the cut back to Dominik Szoboszlai, and he fluffs his lines completely. I mean, it's a pretty embarrassing shot in the end, but luckily for the captain of Hungary, it ended up being offside anyway. Saved his blushes. He scored some cracker goals in the season just past. Dominik Szoboszlai, his first season in Merseyside Red for Liverpool. So scored some absolute screamers. He's certainly capable of it. So far this afternoon, he's not been at his top level, although neither have any of his teammates. That's why they find themselves 2-0 down at this point. As Fabian Schär goes long, but again, nicely stepped up by Salah, and again, a bit of head tennis. Far too much of that in the game as Ndoye brings it down now and trying to carry it forward, spins away into space, finds it out to Widmer on the right hand side. Back in field to Xhaka, squares it across, finds Rodriguez, out wide it goes now to Aebischer. Rodriguez back to Aebischer, but it's just really controlled from Switzerland. I mean, they come forward string a couple of good passes, and they get themselves up the pitch and kind of camp themselves on that halfway line. Just comfortable at playing in the opposition half, and they're not really worried about a counter-attack whatsoever. They're not afraid. They're very confident. They're very kind of buoyant at the moment, Switzerland. Although that's a really poor pass by Fabian Schär. And there's the reason why they're not afraid of the counter-attack, because Hungary couldn't string two passes together there. And it ends up out for a Switzerland throw. Chernay. Out to Ricardo Rodriguez. Through the lines, finds Xhaka. Back to Chernay. Granit Xhaka making the run forward. Bodies in the box. The shot is straight at Peter Gulácsi from Ruben Vargas. Again, fantastic build-up play from Switzerland. Confident in between the lines. It's Granit Xhaka breaking into that kind of inside channel. Just finding that slight gap. Slight bit of space, and he's caused a couple of problems early in this second half. He's just breaking into that space and helping out the attackers. Orban to Salai. Now to Shalai. Salai. I'm definitely going to slip up on that at some point. Orban to Bola. Back it comes again to Willy Orban. Strong press from Switzerland. It goes down the line this time from Hungary. Better on the ball, but still not sustaining it in the opposition half as much. Majority of their possession so far in the second half has been in their own half. Hungary, at least they're having more of it. Will be a slight positive. Well, of course, this is the first senior men's international between Hungary and Switzerland since October 2017, when Switzerland won 5-2 in a World Cup qualifier in Basel. And Granit Xhaka scored the opening goal of that game. He's Switzerland captain. Here's Shalai, Roland Shalai. He's run into trouble there, but he knows that he's going to get the free kick out of it. Ruben Vargas stepping in, and he'll get the free kick here. Does Roland Shalai? Yeah. Just right through the back of him. He just used his right knee there into the back of Roland Shalai, and it will be a Hungary free kick. Their 8th of the game. They do get quite a lot of set pieces, and they've a decent set piece taker. So far it's just not come together for Hungary in these positions. Here's Dominik Szoboszlai over it. Who else? They need a slice of hope. Here's Hungary. A goal would certainly do that. Szoboszlai over it. Looking to eye up one of his teammates in the box. Six or seven Hungary players in and around the 18-yard box, and Dominik Szoboszlai looking to try and find one of those white shirts. Probably had their best chance from a free kick with Willy Orban. I mean, it was offside in any case, but that was their best opportunity. Szoboszlai! Delivery, it was off the head of a Swiss player in there, quite a lot of them, and it goes behind for the corner. Szoboszlai will have another chance to deliver, this time from a corner. Hungary fans behind that goal cheering their side on. Goes short from the corner. Doesn't help me out. Shalai. Now, Nagy. Oh, and Szoboszlai couldn't control it. Too much pace in that one from, I think it's Adam Noj. Been pronouncing that name wrong, but I apologise. Adam Noj. And the ball was kind of just pinged out towards Dominic Szoboszlai on the left flank, and there's no way he was controlling that one. Goes out for a Switzerland throw, but every time we see Hungary try and do something at least good, it just comes crashing down right away. They don't sustain it long enough. That's the problem. They can't build a rhythm at this moment in time, and all they need is a slice of luck. A goal could rescue them here and give them that belief going into the final 33 minutes or so that they can come back into this. But the longer it stays at 2-0, the more belief that Switzerland will have. What is that of a pass? Giving it straight to Ndoye, and he will have the shots over the bar. What was that? That was awful. And I don't know who it was. See it again. It's dreadful. I think, was it Bola? I don't want to accuse someone. I don't actually know. But it was Hungary had a free kick in their own half, completely unchallenged, and it just literally passes it across the midfield to Ndoye, waiting to get onto the ball. They've won it back nicely there. There's a player down for Hungary. The referee's playing on at the moment. Hungary are in possession. Just as I say that, they lose possession, although they've won it back again. It's a bit scrappy. Milos Kerkez. Szoboszlai waiting for it, does get it, and then tries to go for the 1-2 with Naj, and ends up on the floor. And Remo Freuler is the man who's going to be penalised for that and going to get a booking from the referee Slavko Vincic. And it's a bit of a cynical challenge from Remo Freuler. And it's pretty, from his point of view, a pretty smart free kick to give away. Because that give and go between Szoboszlai and Naj could have been a real threatening one. And then I take the free kick, Szoboszlai. Right-footed, fizzed into the box. Headed on and just headed over. I think it might be Kanji that was involved. There was a flag up in any case, so offside. Kanji did head it behind, but there was an offside in there. Oh, that's narrow, that. Very tight offside, but I think that's the correct decision. Well, Hungary haven't won any of their last 3 international matches against Switzerland. Their last win against the Swiss came in a November 1998 friendly. So they don't have recent good history against the Swiss. 26 years since their last win against them, and it looks like it might go even further than that. It doesn't look like that trend is going to change this afternoon, although still a quarter or a third of this game to go. Hungary 0, Switzerland 2. Goals from Kadwoduya and Dan Ndoye, both, or not Dan Ndoye, Michael Eibischer, apologies, both opening their accounts for their national side. Eibischer's had a quieter second half. I don't think Switzerland have needed to get to the level they were at the first half. I do think Hungary have stepped it up a slight bit, but not enough at this moment to get them a goal in the game, and that's exactly what they need. Salai. Orban. Chip ball in behind from Willie Orban. The chance. Oh, they've got the break of the ball. He's missed it, but the flag was up in any case. Again, the offside. Switzerland playing that offside trap, and Hungary falling into it time and time again. Although that looks very tight. It didn't matter anyway. He hit it wide, but I mean, Rodriguez got himself in a real muddle there. He didn't know what way he was going, and it was Varga that got the break of the ball, but he completely telegraphed it well wide. Terrible finish, even if it was onside. And Malakanji takes the free kick then. Knocks it out to the right-hand flank. Looking for the run of Widmer. Widmer does battle for it, but in the process fouling Milos Kerkez, so it will be a free kick to Hungary. And don't forget another game, another 2 games to come for you. Group B action for you later this afternoon. Spain take on Croatia. 2 of the top nations, 8th in the world against 10th in the world at 5 o'clock. Soboslai, nice touch in midfield. Finds Shalai now. Shalai with a cross, deep into the box, headed on and wide. That's a huge opportunity for Barnabas Varga. And he heads it wide. That's probably their best kind of bit of build-up play all afternoon, Hungary. And really nice cross by Shalai. And Varga has to get that on target. Uncontested in the 18-yard box. And he's kind of trying to balance the pace of the ball and try and flick it on. He ends up just seeing it fly past the far post and out wide for the goal kick. But massive opportunity there for Hungary. And that should give them belief that they can get back into the game, and it might just help them, give them that hope. A long way to go. Maybe this could force Switzerland into upping their game a bit more, because maybe a bit of complacency set in here for Switzerland. Comfortable with a 2-0 lead, but at the moment they are kind of in limbo at the moment, Switzerland. There is a player down at the moment, which Hungary aren't happy with. Especially Attila Salai. Yeah, he's claiming cramp. I mean, I don't know if I believe that. Sylvan Widmer. I mean, you can't. A professional footballer does not cramp up after 64 minutes. Ah, come on. There's no way that's the case. You can see the sea of red in that stand. They're the happier of the 2 nations at this moment in time, but the Hungary fans sticking with their team, singing them through this game. They're just hoping they get a bit of a reprieve to that constant support, and their side can find the back of the net, get back into this game. Gulashi. Bola. Chips it forward. Brought down. Deft touch by Varga. And now the break of the ball here. Shalai picks it up down the left-hand side. He's got Kerkez through and Soboslai with him. Soboslai with a cross deep to the back post. Headed on and in. There's no flag that time. And Barnabas Varga with a header. A simple enough header, and it finds the back of the net. A bit of complacency from Switzerland, but Hungary have looked better in the last 5 minutes or so. And they've got the goal to cut the deficit to just 1. Barnabas Varga with a goal. Really deft touch in the build-up. And Varga just steps away from any sort of marker. Shalai carries it down the left-hand side. Lays it off to Soboslai, and Soboslai with a deep cross to the back post. And very committed from Varga. Beat his man to it at the back post. And just heads it low past Jan Sommer and into the back of the net. Sommer couldn't get to it. And Hungary get back into the game. And we're on for a dramatic last quarter of this game. Hungary 1, Switzerland 2. Game on in Cologne. And they're going to make a change as well at the moment. Klein Heisler has come on for Naj. And if you doubted Barnabas Varga so far, you're not doubting him now. He has made a couple of good opportunities gone a-begging, but he stepped up and he scored that one. And that could be huge for his side. Barnabas Varga's 7th goal for Hungary in his 12th appearance. So he knows how to find the net. And he's found it once again. And this could set up a very dramatic ending to this game, as Switzerland are now going to react to make a couple of changes of their own. So as I said, Klein Heisler has come on for Hungary. He's replaced Adam Naj in midfield, and now Switzerland are going to make a double change of their own. The man who opened the scoring, Quadro Dua, and Weidmer is coming off. So Weidmer on a yellow card, and Dua scored the opener. They're going to be coming off. And Zeki Amdouni and Leonidas Sturgu are coming on. So some fresh legs for Switzerland to try and help them to see out this victory. Although Hungary are looking for an equaliser. They're in the box again there, Shalai, but cleared away. Cleared long. And that's a huge goal, a huge moment for Barnabas Varga, and it's definitely going to motivate the Hungary side now with a lot of time on the clock. Not only an equaliser, not get ahead of themselves, but a winner is not out of the question as well. But Switzerland will want to respond and restore their 2-goal lead, and that might help them. They'll get a free kick there. Attila Shalai will get a yellow card for that foul. Senegal shove. Got a bit of frustration there. He was come flying in on Ndoye. Really poor foul. Free kick now for Switzerland. And those Switzerland fans look a bit more nervous than they did 5 minutes ago. But if they can get their 2-goal lead back, they'll be much happier. Ruben Vargas to take this free kick. Right footed, deep cross into the box. Headed away first time. Willie Orban getting the header on that one. Ndoye gets it back. Rodriguez now. 20 minutes or so to go. Hungary 1, Switzerland 2. There's Bola's ball forward there for Hungary. Goes out of play. It will be a Switzerland throw. Talk about Dominic Szoboszlai and his impact for this team. He got the assist for that goal. It was a lovely cross, but here comes Switzerland now. And Ndoye chipped over the bar. Nice idea, nice move. He switched over to the left-hand side now. Again, that run in behind makes the run beyond, and he's just tiptoeing around the defender, and he just steps inside looking for the shot and takes it, and comes off the back of the Hungary defender and goes sailing over the bar, but it will be a corner, of which Ruben Vargas will go over to take. Vargas. 5 Swiss players in and around the 18-yard box. Deep cross from Vargas. Oh, just wide there from Fabian Schär. Got up above everyone else, and it's a decent delivery to the back post, and Fabian Schär just got the better of his man and out-muscled him. Just headed it wide though. I think they're eyeing up another change in a moment, Switzerland. I'm going to make an attacking change. I think maybe Brill and Bolo that's coming on, so an extra attacker. And here come Hungary though, up the other end. Oh, Kirkes's crosses fizz right across, but that time Jan Sommer was quick, anticipated it and caught it. Kirkes just fizzing it across the box, and Varga was making the stretch at the back post, but Sommer got there ahead of him. Definitely an end-to-end aspect to this. Switzerland looking for that third, but not pushing for it. But Hungary certainly are a lot more kind of vicious, because they know they need another goal in the game. They're going to get a throw in here, but not for the moment, because there's another Swiss player down. But they're going to make that change now. Brel Bolo is coming on. It's going to be for Ruben Vargas. So Vargas, who was the one actually that was on the floor there in that break of play, so clearly his day is done. Ruben Vargas, and he's going to be replaced by Brel Bolo, centre forward, who's scored 13 goals in 63 previous appearances for Switzerland, the Monaco centre forward. And he's wearing that number 7 shirt for his national team to try and help them out here in the latter stages of this game. Share goes back to their keeper, Jan Sommer. On ball forward by Rodriguez. Taken down nicely by Mbolo, but lost out there by Abisher. It's Bola now. Back to Orban. Now Gulashi. Willie Orban. Intercepted in the middle there by Switzerland. Freuler brings it down. Again, that attempt at a ball in behind, and Brel Bolo, the threats. Gulashi dealt with it well. Clear it away, but again, Xhaka picks it back up, pinging it round, finds Mbolo, who deals with a heavy pass. Not the best of passes initially for him, but Ndoye's got the break of it, and it's still through. Oh, and it's come away from Zeki Amdouni there, and Gulashi got onto the ball to smother it. 15 minutes plus additional time to go. And Switzerland still leading, but more narrowly this night. 2-1. 2 first half goals saw them with a pretty comfortable lead heading into the second half. Hungary probably the better of the two sides in the second, getting that goal. Much more threatening than they were in the first half, Hungary. And they're seeing the fruits of their labour so far. Although, as it stands, it won't be enough to get them anything out of the game. They need another goal, obviously. Kirkes with a long ball in behind, but far too much on that one. An easy catch for Jan Sommer. Well, Switzerland qualified for Euro 2024 as winners of Group I, as Group I runners-up, behind Romania. 17 points from 10 games. Although I'll pause that for the moment, because here comes Kirkes looking for the cross in, headed away. There's bodies up there for Hungary to keep it in the final third. Klein Heischler now. Out wide it goes to Fiola. Fiola with a cross. Soboslai is the closest, but over his head falls to Kirkes on the left-hand side, battling with Ndoye. Kirkes trailed to the floor. Soboslai will pick up the ball, but the referee is going to stop the game, and I think he's going to give Switzerland the free kick here. Ndoye there winning the foul, and Milos Kirkes, as you can expect, not happy with that decision. It will be a free kick to Switzerland. And they are going to be more substitutions incoming. Another Hungary substitute, but just not yet. Not at this moment, but he is waiting on the sidelines. Sommer with the long free kick. Up the pitch it goes, and Bolo getting his head to it. Although there's a foul in there, in the middle. I think it was Kleinheisler that was fouled, so we'll give Hungary the free kick. Still a long way to go. As I was saying, Switzerland won 17 points from their 10 games in qualifiers. And their only defeat was in the final fixture in Bucharest. And ensured they finished second in the qualifying group behind Romania. Romania, who will watch in a few days. Viola with a cross, blocked out, cleared away. Switzerland just getting the ball as quickly out of the box as possible, get it away from danger as possible, but they're a bit impatient and trying to pass it forward because Mbolo wasn't on the right page there, and the same page as his midfielder. Hungary get the ball back. It seems to be the pendulum has swung the favour of the team in white at the moment, Hungary. Switzerland like to be the ones that are impatient and not confident with their passes, and Hungary seem to have completely swapped the other way. Change incoming, double change incoming actually for Hungary. It's going to be Milos Kerkez going to come off, and also Attila Salai is coming off as well, and they are going to be replaced by Martin Adam and Martin Dardai. So Dardai and Adam on for Salai and Kerkez. And with just 10 minutes or so to go of normal time, Hungary know that one goal could deliver them a huge draw. Considering how bad they were in the first half, to get a draw wouldn't be as bad a result as initially thought. Although they do face the hosts next time round, and then they have a match day 3 show off with Scotland. Fabian Schär there has gone down, feeling a bit. It's kind of a kick that he had a bit earlier on. The way he landed has him wincing on the floor at the moment, so there is a stoppage as Fabian Schär gets treatment. Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications if you haven't done so already. You don't want to miss a single game here at Euro 2024. We'll have over 40 games live over the next 4 weeks, including all 4 quarterfinals, both semi-finals and the live final on July the 14th in Berlin. And that's where we're heading next, by the way, to Berlin for our second game of the day between Spain and Croatia from 5. Here's Adam breaking forward, puts the cross in, and a diving header in there by Rodriguez, has to clear it away, but Hungary again still threatening in the final third. Here they come again. Shalai. Oh, lovely skill, gets the cross in. Vargas still there, not cleared away by Switzerland at the minute. Really struggling to get it clear of danger. Bola comes forward and he's dispossessed as it's cleared away eventually, but Hungary certainly threatening for that equaliser. Shalai. Around the corner it goes. Cleared away by Schär that time, as Bolo's battling. He's won that battle well, Brelin Bolo. Keeps it up the pitch, and Doi now trying to battle with Soboslai. Wins that battle, does Ndoye. Finds Brelin Bolo. Xhaka to Remo Freuler. Switzerland in comfortable possession there. Had to ride a bit of a storm there with a few of those challenges, but did well to use their physicality to see themselves through. Certainly not out of the water just yet. Rodriguez. Long diagonal. Nice ball forward. Here's Ndoye. Oh, and a last-ditch challenge from Ndoye there. And now Ndoye's just going to try and waste a bit of time here, obviously. He's feeling a bit of cramp. Don't know if that's realistic. Lovely first touch. Again, that is actually not involved at all there, Ndoye. Didn't get any sort of touch on it. The miss kick by Dan Ndoye ends up being a goal kick for Hungary. It's the correct decision. Oh, it's a lovely finted ball round the corner. Breaking forward is Shalai. Out to the right hand side of Bola. Bola with a cross in. Away by Manuel Akanji. Back to Bola. He's battling and will win the throw in. Do or die moments in this game. It's match day one, only the second game of the competition, and we're already having a lot of jeopardy. That's what we like to see, because we know how tight Group A could be. Scotland, Switzerland and Hungary could all be battling for even one place. More than likely it might be two places, but that's why it could be so tight. Switzerland got Scotland coming up next in 4 days' time. Scotland will be hoping that they are not facing a Switzerland side who are buoyed by a victory, and hopefully, from a Scotland point of view, they'll be playing a Switzerland side that threw away a 2-goal lead. From a Germany point of view, they'll not want to... I mean, they'll be pretty massively pleased with their performance, but they'll know that Hungary are, considering a moments how bad they were playing today, they're not a bad side. It's all about these final 5-10 minutes of this game that matters at this moment for both of these two teams. Can Switzerland hold on, or will Hungary nick it at the death? And Bolo does well. Takes it down. And there's a player down. I think it's Dan Ndoye again who's gone down here for Switzerland. So they've put the ball out of play, and I think they're going to make another substitution here, Switzerland. 5 minutes of normal time to go. They're going to make more changes, Swiss side. So coming off is going to be Remo Freuler. He's going to be coming off. He's going to be replaced by Vincent Sierro. And then, of course, Dan Ndoye's coming off, and he's going to be replaced by Fabian Rieder. So Rieder and Sierro on, and Freuler and Ndoye off for Switzerland. Get some fresh legs on to just see this out. Get them off to a winning start in the group. It could be pretty priceless to try and get them into the knockout stages. Free kick here for Hungary inside their own half. Soberslide force it forward. Can he find one of his teammates? It's flicked on, chested down. Ooh, cleared away by... Oh, Viola keeps it alive, battling. Fabian Schär clears it away. It's really last-ditch stuff from Switzerland at the moment. Soberslide. A long ball up front. Headed down into space. Varga was there. Couldn't find it. Keep it alive. Oh, that's a poor pass though. And that's given away, and Switzerland can now go on the counter. They can keep it alive here. Amdouni battling, and he'll get the free kick there. Zeki Amdouni. And the referee's going to pull out a yellow card for Bola here. So Bola's going to find himself in the book for that challenge on Zeki Amdouni. think maybe the advantage could have been the better option there for the referee to take, instead of giving the free kick, because maybe there was an option. There's more yellow cards coming out. I think the referee's booked the coach as well. Yeah. Murat Yakin, the Swiss coach, has just been booked as well. And Fiola is the one that's yellow carded for Hungary. Free kick for Switzerland. 2.5 minutes to go, plus the additional time. The clock is certainly in their favour at this minute in time, but I won't feel that it's been flying by. It's actually probably dragged by for Switzerland. The last 20 minutes. They've won another free kick here. This time Schaefer giving him the foul away, pushing Granit Xhaka over. Could it be that first half performance that will see Switzerland through? The advantage they created in the first half, maybe just that slight bit too big for Hungary to try and overcome. And Sierro will have a shot there. Did take a deflection, and they'll get the corner. This is the side of the pitch they want to be, Switzerland. Well, did that go out of play? Kept in. Yeah, Sierra with a shot and comes off the inside of, I think it was Soboslai's leg there. So it will be a corner to Switzerland. Laid on. Last minute of the 90. Will be Reader to take it. Left-footed delivery. From post headed it. Oh, and Gulashi had to get himself in the way of that one. And parries it wide. Really good delivery by Reader. And it's flicked onto the front post by Xhaka. And a strong left hand from Peter Gulashi. Takes the pace off it, and then he kind of uses his right boot to put it behind for another corner. And Reader over it again. Whips it in left-footed again, but no one at the front post but Dominic Soboslai to clear it away. As Shalai will just usher that one out for the throw-in. It's all about added time now. The 90 minutes are up. How many minutes will be added on? 5 added minutes. Certainly more than enough time to get a goal. And maybe this could boost Hungary forward. Get them up the pitch. Fiola there battling. On the throw in down the right hand side. Well, that's really poor in possession, and Braylon Bolo's got the brick of the ball here for Switzerland. All he has to do is pass it through. And a chance for Reader. Goes around the keeper, but forces himself wide. And clearance off the line from Dardoy there. Just see it. Poor in possession from Hungary. They give it away. Braylon Bolo does incredibly well to win it. And then just holds it up and waits for the runner of Reader to make the run through. He just slides it through, but Reader carries himself wide. Drags himself wide and then tries to go from the narrow angle, which allows Dardoy to clear it. Again, shows you how committed Hungary are up the pitch. The fact that they were that exposed to a Switzerland counter. Nothing doing for the Swiss on that occasion. That's good work from Akanji to ride that challenge. Keep the ball, flicks it forward. Here's the run for Zeki Mduni. Closed down. Shalai. Now for Hungary. Soboslai. Trying to play it around, but maybe overcomplicating it a bit. But they do get the free kick, Hungary. All it takes is one moment. They have 3 minutes to try and conjure up a moment. 3 more minutes for Switzerland to just hold on, try and see out this hard-fought victory. As Soboslai trying to lift it into the box, and Adam was the closest, but just not attacking it enough there. Sommer with the clearance. Goes long. Oh, not a great header at the back. Here's Bolo's got the break of the ball. He chips the keeper. And that's it. Hungary needed a goal, but Switzerland get the goal. 2-goal lead restored and 3 points in the opening game at Euro 2024 for the Swiss. Instead of holding on, they've gone and won it by scoring a 3rd goal. Hungary, who pushed themselves all up the pitch, were caught out of the back again. A poor defensive header, snatched upon by Bolo, making a nuisance of himself. Chests it down and just chips Peter Galassi, who's in no man's land. And a pretty average second half, I'd have to say, from Switzerland, where they looked like they were just comfortable with their 2-goal lead, maybe a bit too comfortable at times, but when they turn it on, they turn it on. And that's a lovely finish by Bolo to wrap it all up and to secure a massive 3 points for Switzerland in match day 1. And this heartbreaking moment surely for Hungary, but they know they've 2 more games to come, but they got themselves all the way, if not back into the game, and trying to push for that late equaliser. Just pushed a slight bit too much, and that's the risk and the position you find yourself in. And there's a bit of strapping on the floor, which I'm unsure as to what that is. There we are. 14th goal for Bolo in Swiss colours, and that one is another huge one to seal victory on match day 1 against Hungary. And the 5 minutes are now up, but the referee might just play a bit more of this, and Hungary haven't given up yet. I mean, I think they may as well, because here come Switzerland again. Here's Bolo down the right hand side, wants to add a 4th to this, and Bolo squares it across, and just a slight bit ahead of Amdouni, who was running in. Granit Xhaka keeps it alive and does win Switzerland the throw in on the left hand side. There we are. Switzerland, Scotland next, taking 3 points into that game. I'll give them all the confidence in the world that they can go on and try and claim 2nd place in this group. They'll play Germany on match day 3, and that game for Hungary in match day 2 against Germany is going to be huge now if they want to not find themselves cast adrift and almost in a terrible position heading into match day 3, but we'll analyse all of that in due course. Sierro's ball forward. Dardoy with a late challenge, and Soboslai trying to get his team forward. Gets the throw in. There is surely still time for the referee. Well, from the referee's point of view, there's still time. We've played a minute and a half over the 5 added, but of course that is a minimum of 5, so there's nothing saying the referee can't go over that, obviously, as we know. Soboslai. But it will feel particularly hard for Hungary, the fact that they were in such a perilous position at half-time. They fought back and got that goal back, which could have got them a chance, and in the end They fall to defeat because there's the final whistle. Switzerland, in the end, you'd have to say they deserved the 3 points. In the grand scheme of things, they were much the better side in the first half and took as much of an advantage out of that as they could. Second half, they come out maybe a bit complacent at times, allowing Hungary to get that goal back. But when it counted the most, Breel and Bolo restored their 2-goal lead in added time and secured the 3 points on match day 1 for Switzerland. They had their best performance in Euro 2020, getting to the round of the quarterfinals, and they might have taken a big step in trying to get to back-to-back knockout stages of European Championships. 3 points in the right direction. Final score from Cologne: Hungary 1, Switzerland 3. There we are. There's the first result of the day then, as you can see, from Group A, and we'll show you the Group A table in a moment because it's pretty definitive. 2 teams on 3 points and 2 teams on 0 points. Of course, we've 2 more games to come for you, both Group B games to come for you. Here is the Group A table, top left-hand corner of your screen. Germany top in the group with 3 points, with a +4 goal difference. Switzerland in second on 3 points and a +2 goal difference. Hungary in third and Scotland in fourth. Of course, the top 2 isn't the be-all and end-all. You can script through in third. 4 of the best thirds will also go through to the knockouts as well. So it's not end of the road, and very much not end of the road for either Hungary or Scotland, who fall to defeat in their opening games of Euro 2024. But there we are. Defeat is the key word on both of those occasions. Right, coming up in about an hour's time, quick turnaround, we head to Berlin, to the stadium that will host the final, the RheinEnergieStadion, as Spain take on Croatia in Group B, the first of the 2 Group B games this afternoon. 8th in the world Spain take on 10th in the world Croatia, and we'll watch that at 5 o'clock kick-off from the RheinEnergieStadion in Berlin. But for now, enjoy your hour's break. We'll be back in an hour's time. Spain taking on Croatia. For now, Group A is off to a great start for Switzerland and Germany, both sealing victories on match day 1.